Placed, and that he wants it to be replaced by the Chinese currency. I mean, that is so incredible. Here's another one out of the Wall Street Journal. Who highlights need for U.S.-China cooperation, questions the dollar. And you can go on and read his quotes here about... He talks about how we can both gain from a sound China-U.S. relationship and lose from confrontation. So he's saying, just go along with it. We've got the money. We will build the super trains in the U.S. We will own your ports. We will literally own and control Walmart. We will run your country. And China signed on to the New World Order. They said, you're going to give us unlimited development. You're going to make us the main engine of world government in the 70s. We'll have one-child policies. We'll forcibly abort babies. We'll let you use newborn babies for medical experiments. We are completely vampiric and cold-blooded. And David Rockefeller said, you are given the crown of Satan. You are now the king. Prepare to destroy the U.S. And they said, absolutely, we love it.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used Pure Soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new Energy Czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Diamond Gusset is proud to announce the anthem of the Patriot Movement. They're offering a free CD, T-shirt, and bumper sticker with a qualifying purchase. Diamond Gusset offers great products at great prices while keeping Americans working.
I'm looking for a factory where a man can feed his family. Not worried about them moving it south, closing the doors and shutting her down tomorrow. I'm looking for America.
We're American and be proud. Go to gusset.com/America.
The land of the free and the home of the brave. Seems like I just woke up one day and it was gone, long gone. But I know in my heart it's still
again, go to gusset.com/America today.
From the front lines of the information war, it's Alex Jones.
All right, toll-free number to join us, 800-259-9231, 800-259-9231. And I want to talk to first-time callers today after I go through this bank of callers. I notice the lines are already loaded, but I want to give first-time callers a chance after we talk to these folks to give us their take on China saying, hey, we'll all gain from working together. We'll lose by confrontation. As the United States does drills off the coast, as China does drills off our coast, as Chinese troops pour into North Korea. That's in AFP and Reuters today, the first time since 1994 when tensions last crested. Of course, we had a war via surrogate, via proxy, with China during the Korean War and the Vietnam War, while the Rockefellers, Arm & Hammer, and others on record owned and controlled the steel plants and the stock in Opel, subdivision of GM, and, of course, Ford, building the trucks, building the weapons, building the missiles in Russia and China to then be shipped and allowed to land in the north at the harbor. U.S. submarines didn't touch them. You're like, well, what was the globalist goal? Have a war, get the troops hooked on opium, bring them back. Those that didn't get hooked on opium got hooked on killing. Make them cops. Bring the corrupt drug-dealing troops in, have them run CIA drug dealing nationwide. I mean, this is on record. You know how many Army officers I've talked to who are retired, who the CIA tried to recruit to deal drugs in the U.S.? I mean, I know a couple Army officers in my family, and they were all approached and said no. I mean, America is run by pure evil. Don't people get it? The globalists are totally ruthless. They run both sides, and they don't run the individual American, and they don't have full control over our media. Those vestiges of the free press are still there. That's why they're trying to come in and shut down alternative media. That's why they're trying to demonize people that are pushing and promoting liberty. Because they know that they're coming to the end of the cycle, and they either have to get more tyranny in place or they're going to be brought to justice. It's either more tyranny is going to take place and hardcore degradation, or we're going to start back in the other direction. And we're at that key balancing point, that flux point right now. Who calls currency system product of the past? AFP. Who highlights need for U.S.-China cooperation, questions dollar? Who questions future role for U.S. dollar? And he goes on to say the dollar is a thing of the past, but he said, how do we replace it with their currency? Now, what did I tell you a month or two ago, a month and a half ago, that announcement with Putin and Hu Jintao, Vladimir Putin and Hu Jintao of China, the Prime Minister of Russia and the President of China, said we're now only going to engage in country-to-country trade, which is huge, especially in raw materials from Russia to China, finished goods from China to Russia, in the Chinese currency. Well, first they said we're going to trade amongst ourselves. We haven't decided on the currency yet, and clearly it's not going to be the ruble. So I said, you watch, it's going to be the Chinese currency. And then it was. They announced that just 3 weeks ago. So a month and a half ago, they announced they're going to do trade with a new currency. Then they announced a month ago or so, 3 weeks ago, that it's going to be between the two nations. I mean, this is happening now. Yuan ruble trade starts as Russia, China, shun dollar. Bloomberg. Yeah, it's December 15th, or 3 weeks ago, almost 4 weeks ago. So all of that is going on. Then, meanwhile, the globalists have to crack down with this police state here domestically, so they've got to launch false flags attacks. Now, if you go back in mid-September, and in Kurt Nemo's article, he breaks all this down and has the video of yours truly, Alex Jones, in September, breaking down exactly what would happen. And again, I'm not bragging. I broke down exactly what happened. I'm saying we know what we're talking about. This stuff's all hidden in plain view. Go read Kurt Nemo's article and then watch the 15-minute video where I said what was going to happen. I said it's going to come out that Israel and the U.S. together designed this. It's going to come out that Israel launched it, and they're going to use it to call for the end of Internet freedom as we know it and the cybersecurity takeover of the web, and they're going to launch further false flag attacks on the web, but that will happen after they hype up that the attacks are coming. What do 9,000 locations have going in right now? Giant telescreens. What are they now announcing? Cybersecurity attack, prepare for it, don't trust the web, the feds have to take over the web to protect it. So they're now entering that sector of a false flag attack on the web. They're now beginning to parrot that. When they bring in the full depression, the full dollar devaluation, are they going to let people be on the air? Probably not, folks. They'll probably trump something up if they go ahead with this. We're right up to the stalemate right now. They're waiting to move with total martial law. They're waiting to move with total oppression, total tyranny. Right now, they're lined up on our border like Hitler lined up on the Polish border. Now, if we stand up to them and tell them we know what they're doing, and if we have courage, they may back off and may backstep, as Lindsey Williams said yesterday. These people are not invincible. If they think you're going to go along with it, though, they are going to do it. Now, I told you the government launched that attack. And here it is. Israel test on worm called crucial in Iran nuclear deal delay. Again, Israel's test on worm called crucial in Iran nuclear delay. And then they have the U.S. government and others saying that they tested the jointly made super worm at the Israeli Dimona nuclear facility because they have similar centrifuges and computers as to the Iranians, and that they worked with Israel and then launched it. Now, the issue here is they launched it, and then they came out a month later. This is 3 months ago, a month into it. They launched it 3.5 months ago. And I predicted, and they did a month later, now 2 months ago, that they would then say, see, we've got to have cybersecurity takeover of the web. And NATO's announcing they've got to track everybody in real time, which they're already doing. They're just letting you now know that you have no privacy, no Fourth Amendment. In Europe, they have similar laws about illegal wiretapping and authoritarian systems. They're just saying we don't care. It's to protect you. When NATO is, again, the European arm of the narcotics trade, child kidnapping, all over the news, and they're going to protect you from the child kidnapping and the drugs they're now announcing. Satan is going to protect you from Beelzebub. Beelzebub is going to protect you from Baphomet. Baphomet is going to protect you from Leviathan. Leviathan is going to protect you from Set. Set is going to protect you from the old serpent. The old serpent is going to protect you from the devil. Confirmed, Stuxnet was false flag launched by Israel and the United States. And on Saturday, the gray lady of establishment propaganda, the New York Times, passively admitted that the Stuxnet virus responsible for crippling Iran's nuclear energy program and bouncing back to the U.S. was engineered by Israel and the U.S. intelligence. And it goes on. It goes on to break it all down. Let me just read to you from the New York Times, and we'll go to your calls. Israel test on worm called crucial in Iran nuclear delay. The Dimona complex at the Negev Desert is famous as the heavily guarded heart of Israel's never-acknowledged nuclear arms program. It's all admitted, but then if they don't say so, then we're not allowed to talk about it. Where neat rows of factories make atomic fuel for the arsenal. Over the past 2 years, according to intelligence and military experts familiar with its operations, Dimona has taken on a new, equally secretive role as a critical testing ground in a joint American and Israeli effort to undermine Iran's efforts to make a bomb of its own. Behind Dimona's barbed wire, the experts say, Israel has spun nuclear centrifuges virtually identical to Iran's, where Iranian scientists are struggling to enrich uranium. They say Dimona tested the effectiveness of the Stuxnet computer worm, a destructive program that appears to have wiped out roughly a fifth of Iran's nuclear centrifuges and helped delay, though not destroy, Tehran's ability to make its first nuclear arms. To check out the worm, you have to know the machines, said American expert of nuclear intelligence. The reason the worm has been effective is the Israelis tried it out. So there they are, just admitting all this, but then simultaneously Kurt's article links to Jay Rockefeller, Lieberman, and a bunch of others in the last couple months saying, we've got to give up internet freedom. We've got to have the Pentagon